one of the topics that you mentioned having an interest in talking about is the courage to express yourself, and leading from intuition is different from maybe being in your head so much. I'm curious if you can say what the benefit to the business is for having people that lead from intuition and express themselves.
I feel like when we think of something, right, even when we're trying to manifest things and we think of a very specific outcome, we sort of can anchor into that version of the result, right? And so when we're building a business from the mind, or the way that we think it should go, or what the actual literal path looks like, I feel like we can limit and anchor ourselves into that particular result, as opposed to allowing it to be more open and for the path to kind of lay itself out in front of you, right? For example, one of the things for me as I've been traveling is I started getting messages from the land intuitively, like as I was landing in different spaces. And I've always felt that I'm traveling, sort of planting seeds and creating this like web of energy around the world for people to tap into and like wake up, out of the matrix. And I've noticed this connection with the land, but I didn't really think a lot of it. And most recently, I've gotten messages that I'm meant to facilitate and guide people through connecting with the land and getting messages from the land, right? That's an example of something that I never would have thought of in my mind to create my business. And now here it is presenting itself to me because I've just opened my heart to surrendering to how the path unfolds in front of me. And sometimes I think that I can, like, it's not always easy. It's not always easy to surrender, right? And I think I'm surrendering, and then I'll like plan out my journey a little bit, and then I'll be redirected by the forest fires or something like that. And so it's really a balance. It's not, I can't say to you I've jumped off the cliff and I'm, completely surrendered and in my intuition. It's a balance, right? You're constantly being pulled back into the intense energy that this world is, and how people tend to guide themselves through the mind and through what's traditional, right? That, like, what the status quo is, what everybody else is doing, what those traditional structures are. It takes work to have the courage to step out of them, but also to continue to come back and remind yourself, like, oh, we're not here. We're actually building our own way over here. So it's a lot of energy that you have to learn to navigate, for sure.